Hey guys, and welcome back. This is Yusuf, Contrarian Daily. It's early, and I'm outside running around. I said, you know what? Let me see if I can shoot a video real quick just to break down the names we're looking at for next week, just so I can get that out the way. And I'm going to start doing some live videos like on TikTok where I break down the price action, break down the volume profiles and how I look at it, how I read it, support, resistance, trend lines, all that good stuff. So you might see some stuff on here, and you may have some additional questions. Follow me on TikTok. I'm gonna start going live from there and breaking all that stuff down. So you'll see that here real soon. But I did want to just get these names out so you guys have an idea of what we're looking at and what we're planning on trading for next week. The first name is American Airlines. American Airlines, we broke this level of support. Well, now it broke a level of resistance at around $14 and change, which is now acting like a level of support, retesting the main uptrend. So on American Airlines, we're looking for a move back up to $18.15, $19. And I'm looking for that move to happen within the next 3 to 6 weeks. So American Airlines is on the hit list for next week. The next name that I'm looking at is AMD. And again, guys, we're going to go way more into detail on the technical aspect of it all in future videos. So if you crave more information on what is what and how is what, then you will get all of that. Okay, AMD, we have this consolidation range on AMD. Why is it looking like that? Okay, for the last 3 weeks, we've been in this range between 165 and 180-ish on AMD. So NVIDIA has earnings on the 20th, I believe, and we also have CPI next week. So we could see a really big move on AMD. If NVIDIA misses earnings for any reason, that would definitely impact AMD on a dip. But NVIDIA's bullish, semis are pretty bullish. AMD and NVIDIA are benefiting a lot of that. So again, we're looking for a 3 to 6 week move on AMD towards the upside. Currently trading at 173. I'm looking for a move to 200 on AMD, then 225. So AMD, NVIDIA, semis, still very bullish on those. I don't see any signs of slowing down just yet. So I do like AMD for next week. Next move or next name we're looking at, a little bit less common, less popular, less sexy, but an opportunity nonetheless, is Wells Fargo Corporation, Wells Fargo Bank. So I'm looking for a move on Wells Fargo Bank up towards, what was the number I was looking for? Was it 60? About 55, 60 on Wells Fargo. So with Wells Fargo, you can see we had this main uptrend. We broke that uptrend. We kind of retested it here with the overshoot, and we came back down, and we broke back out towards regaining this uptrend momentum and retested support. We broke resistance, retested support. We've been in this consolidation range for about 2 months, and now we're looking for another move up back to 55.60. Again, CPI with the Fed news, pausing rates, speculation, not even speculation, the high probability of looking at some rate cuts. Some of these banking names, fintech names, could benefit from that in a serious way. Wells Fargo technically is positioned for another move back towards the upside. So it's made my watch list for a move to 55.60. And then for the lotto play, we're looking at Upstart. Upstart has earnings, I believe, Tuesday. Well, it's definitely next week. And you can see here we shot up really hard on Upstart from the $14 range way up to about the 60, 70, about the low 70s actually on Upstart. From then we had a major correction sell down, and I see this as the second test of the trend line, and this being a potential third test. So a lot of people say, well, if your trend line goes through the body, then it's not a trend line. I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that the trend line could be valid even if the trend line goes through a body. I think this right here, which is a massive fake out breakout before we rally back up. So again, things with earnings can go either way. It's truly 50-50. I've had earnings where I felt like I couldn't miss the earnings, and have earnings where I felt like I couldn't hit an earning. So whenever I do go with earnings, I never go with any major amounts of capital, nothing like that. But when I do miss, it's still disappointing. You know, it does suck. It's especially when things are going your way and things close before market opens, IV crush. There's all types of things that can happen with earnings. So even when it is going your way, it doesn't necessarily mean it could be profitable for you. So, take that with a grain of salt. Be careful if you do plan on doing some type of earning opportunity. But I could see a move on Upstart going up to about 60, back up towards the high, 68, 70, and much higher, especially we have some strong CPI readings, has a strong earnings report. I mean, this thing can get up to here, about 85, 86, easy. So I'm looking at this as a super lotto play on Upstart. So those are the names that I have for next week. That is my watch list. And for anything and everything else, slide over to the TikTok, the talk ticker. And I'm going to break it all down a little bit more on the live trading side, so you can catch me live. That's what I'll be doing on my lives. And I'll break down the volume. I'll break down price action. I'll break down effort versus results. I'll break down, indicators, what I use, what I don't use. Spoiler alert, I don't really use indicators. The only thing I really look at is like volume, but I'll explain to you why I don't use those indicators, stuff like that. So way more information. Again, this is just the plays and the ideas for next week, so you kind of have something to look at and be locked and loaded. So that's all I got for today. Peace.